If you're like most people, you might think that the tallest players in the NBA are just barely over 7 feet tall. Well, little did you know, there have been a few towering giants who have measured up to or almost exceeded 8 feet. But these giants are not just big in size. They are also some of the most celebrated and beloved players to grace the NBA court. Let's take a look at 8 of the tallest NBA players who have managed to stand tall and proud despite their lofty heights. Let's start with the 8th tallest player in the NBA, none other than Mark Eaton. Standing in at an impressive 7 feet 4 inches, Eaton was more than just a basketball player. He was a skyscraper on legs. This man was so tall, even Shaquille O'Neal had to look up to him. But don't let his height fool you. Eaton wasn't just a tall guy standing around on the court. He was an absolute defensive beast. His towering figure allowed him to block shots like nobody else, earning him multiple spots on the NBA All-Defensive Team and even 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He was such a great defender, some say he could have stopped Thanos from snapping his fingers in Avengers: Infinity War. Off the court, Eaton was just as impressive. He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a Renaissance man. He wrote several children's books, proving that his talents extended beyond just blocking shots and dunking on people. And if that wasn't enough, he even opened his restaurant called Big Eats Cafe in Utah. I'm guessing the portions were pretty big. And let's not forget about his legacy. The Utah Jazz still honors him to this day and even features him in their promotional campaigns. With a player like Eaton, it's no wonder the Jazz rose to new heights during his era of play. Next up on our list, coming in at number 7, is BHULLAR. Standing at a whopping 7 feet 5 inches tall, he's not just a player, he's a skyscraper with sneakers. BHULLAR may not be a household name like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, but he still managed to make history by becoming the first Indian player to make it into the NBA in 2014 when he signed with the Sacramento Kings. And boy, did he make an impression. His height alone made him a force to be reckoned with on the court. I mean, if he ever tried to dunk, it would probably feel like a natural disaster. Sadly, his career was cut short due to an injury, and he had to retire from professional basketball in 2018. But don't worry, he's still hooping it up in Taiwan, showing the world that even though he may not be playing in the big leagues anymore, he's still got game. And let's not forget about his inspiring speeches and public appearances. This gentle giant has become a role model for young people around the world, showing that no matter your height, your dreams can still reach the sky. So let's give it up for BHULLAR, the man who can look down on just about everyone, and continue to follow his journey as he dominates the court in Taiwan. Who knows, maybe he'll come back to the NBA someday and lead his team to a championship. PAVEL comes in at number 6, standing at a staggering 7 feet 5 inches tall. He's the perfect candidate to change light bulbs without a ladder. PODKOLVIN hails from Russia and was drafted by the Utah Jazz in 2004. But his time in the NBA was shorter than the line at a DMV on a Monday morning. He only played 2 games for the Dallas Mavericks before being waived. Maybe he should have asked Dirk Nowitzki for some tips on how to stick around in the league. But don't underestimate PODKOLVIN, folks. He went on to play in Russia before returning to the States for a brief stint in the Continental Basketball Association. And guess what? He won the MVP award. That's right. He may not have had a long career in the NBA, but he still managed to dunk on the competition and show off his skills. As for winning a championship, well, unfortunately, PODKOLVIN didn't quite get there. But hey, he did win the Tallest Player in the Room award every time he walked into a bar or restaurant. In the end, PODKOLVIN retired from professional basketball in 2018. Maybe he wanted to spend more time focusing on his other hobbies, like playing basketball with his pet giraffe or reaching for items on the top shelf without using a step stool. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, PODKOLVIN will always be remembered for his towering presence on the court and his brief but impactful time in the NBA. At number 5, the name Chuck NEVITT might not sound familiar, but his 7'5" frame certainly does. Throughout his 9 years in the NBA, he played for a variety of teams, including the Rockets, Lakers, Pistons, Bulls, and Spurs. He even won an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers in 1985, making him the tallest man ever to win a championship. Despite his impressive height, Chuck was never known as one of the best players in the league. He usually came off the bench for a few minutes at a time and was often referred to as a journeyman or a utility player, due to his ability to fill in any role on the team. In addition to his tall stature, Chuck had quite a distinctive trademark: his handmade wooden shoes. He was known for wearing them during practice and games, which earned him the nickname Woody from his teammates and fans. At number 4, Yao Ming is often hailed as the biggest basketball star China has ever produced. At 7'6", Yao was an impressive presence both on and off the court. He played for the Houston Rockets for 9 seasons between 2002 and 2011, earning 8 All-Star selections and 5 spots on all NBA teams. Yao Ming is famous for his height and achievements. He became the first international player to be selected as the NBA's #1 draft pick in 2002 and was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016. Yao is also remembered for his friendly rivalry with another giant of the game, Shaquille O'Neal. In 2007, they faced each other in the All-Star Game, where Yao took the win with a final score of 134-128. It was a momentous occasion for both men, as they became forever linked in basketball history. Making our way to number 3, Shawn Bradley is an NBA legend, standing at a towering 7'6". He was taken as the 2nd overall draft pick in 1991 and went on to play for 3 different teams over his 11 years of professional basketball. The most memorable moment of his career came during the 1995-96 season when he was a member of the Philadelphia 76ers and blocked an incredible 15 shots in one game. At the time, this set a new NBA record for blocks in a single game, which still stands to this day. But it's not just Bradley's size that made him so special. The big man was known for his incredible work ethic and positive attitude, which endeared him to teammates and coaches alike. He had a passion for the game of basketball, and it showed in how he played every night. After retiring in 2005, Bradley went on to become an ordained minister, proving that he was much more than just a tall basketball player. At number 2, Slavko Vran is a name that may not be familiar to many NBA fans, but he's still one of the tallest players ever to have graced the court. At 7'6", Slavko had the height and reach to match up with some of the best players in the league, but unfortunately his NBA career was short-lived. Slavko was originally drafted by the New York Knicks in 2003, but he played for them for less than a month before being waived. He then signed with the Portland Trail Blazers on a 10-day contract and only featured in 1 game for them. After that, Slavko spent the rest of his career playing for teams in other parts of the world. Despite his brief NBA tenure, Slavko's height and remarkable athleticism earned him a cult following among basketball fans around the world. Fans were especially fascinated by his ability to block shots, a skill he honed during his time with the Knicks. And rounding out our list of tallest NBA players, coming in at number 1 is TACKO Fall. Technically, if you look at the official measurements, TACKO Fall is only 7'6". But that hasn't stopped him from becoming one of the biggest names in basketball. Fall first came to prominence when he was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Boston Celtics in 2019. His immense size and surprisingly nimble feet earned him a spot in the starting lineup of several preseason games. Unfortunately, he was waived by the Celtics at season's end, but quickly re-signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers' G League affiliate, the Charge. TACKO Fall is a force to be reckoned with on defense. His incredible wingspan and shot-blocking ability have made him an intimidating figure both on the court and in opposing players' heads. He may not be the most agile or quickest player on the court, but his size alone provides an incredible advantage that no one else can match. We have mentioned some of the tallest players in NBA history, and it's evident that these men have achieved greatness despite their height. Whether it was through pure strength or skill, they were able to hit the court and show off what they could do. So if you ever think that being tall is a disadvantage, just remember TACKO Fall and Slavko Vran. They certainly put any doubts to rest. Whether you are tall or short, remember that anyone can achieve greatness with hard work and dedication. So keep your head up, grab a basketball, and get out there. Who knows? Maybe one day you could be the next tallest player in the NBA. Good luck.